Hello, good morning mga katribu. It's another Wednesday, and that means it's time for Straight Talk. I'm Chito Lozada.
And I'm Teddy Montelibano. We are live on Daily Tribune's Facebook and Tribune now on YouTube, bringing you fresh perspective and in-depth discussions.
So today we're diving into the world of healthcare with a guest who has made remarkable contributions to both medical practice and education in the Philippines.
Yes, our guest is the current medical director of Manila Doctors Hospital, a former chairperson of the Department of Surgery of MDH, former dean of the University of the Philippines College of Medicine, and a leader in several prestigious medical organizations.
So we're happy to welcome Dr. Alberto Roxas, a general and colorectal surgeon with decades of experience. So good morning.
Yes, morning, and thank you for
Dr.
joining
Rojas.
us, Dr. Rojas. We are
Hello, good
excited.
morning.
Morning. We're
Nice to be here with you.
Yes.
How are
We are
you,
excited
sir?
to hear your insights on the state of healthcare in the country, and we would like to find out also about about what's currently happening what's the
MDA,
current
Manila Doctors.
the current happening or developments in Manila Doctors Hospital.
Yeah,
Well, Manila Doctors Hospital, as you know, is a private hospital,
yes, sir.
and it is our objective that we will be the first choice of patients when they have something when in terms of health needs. If there's something about their health that we wanted to think of Manila Doctors first as the first choice.
Okay. Well, but is Manila Doctors known for any specific specialization, or what is Manila Doctors really known for?
Well, Manila Doctors is well known for, as a private institution. It is strong for in cardiovascular diseases, cardiovascular center. We have cancer and its surgical procedure. It's well known for surgery.
Surgery.
This is based on surveys of among hospitals.
Okay. Yes.
And it is always we're always trying to improve our facilities, our care services, so that we will always be the first choice of patients.
I see.
And patients will always go for the doctors.
Yes.
So again, we also have a program that we will like to invite new doctors, qualified physicians to join our consultant staff.
Okay. Where is it located, and how old is Manila Doctors?
Manila Doctors, yes.
Manila Doctors was established in 1956.
56.
56, been there for some time.
That's been
Okay,
there for
great.
some time.
And it's still in the same location in Manila, no?
Yes,
In UN? Is that along UN?
in UN Avenue.
Avenue.
Along
Correct.
UN and
Along
top.
UN Avenue. Okay.
But it has, you can enter either in UN Avenue or in TM Calao.
TM
That is
Calao.
TM Kala. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, and you have this initiative about hotelization.
Is that
Can
correct?
you explain
Okay.
to
Well,
us what's that about?
we talk about hotelization mainly because we would like to make the hospital look like a hotel.
Yeah.
And of course, the patients will come to the hospital for their health needs, and they look for the doctors. So we are making great efforts to attract more doctors. When you say hotelization, we are trying to make the hospital look like a hotel with all its convenience of the hotel. So right now, for example, when the patients come in, we have personnel there who will guide them, go through
Okay.
navigate the hospital. So because they can get lost, we have people there helping them go where they want to go.
I
We
see.
also have, for VIP patients, we have patient navigators, so they can help them navigate their experience in the hospital. That means they're guided. Okay, this is where you go. This is how you laboratory examinations are going to be done, the imaging procedures. It's very helpful to the patients
Yeah.
if you have this kind of services.
Okay.
And they appreciate it. We
Did,
have good feedbacks
First,
from our patients.
did you change the interior? Did you spruce up the interiors
Come
to
again?
make it? Did you spruce up? Did you fix the interiors and make it look like a hotel?
Hopefully, yes.
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
I see. So,
Well, the
so
TM Carlo
But
looks good.
it's in the
The
plans.
UN,
No?
the UN lobby is something that is, it has been there for some
ah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
We are now
Mm.
renovating the UN
There's a lot of
site.
renovation happening.
How many sites are there?
Renovation is ongoing
The,
right now.
the main the main
Kalaw
the
and
main entrance is UN, right?
UN.
Well, patients can come in and out in either UN Avenue or in TM
Yeah,
Calao.
I see. So you can there's a TM Calo entrance.
that's right.
Yes, they
Yeah.
can go
I
there
see. Okay.
and exit. But right now, the UN Avenue is being, the UN lobby is being renovated.
I see.
So
Mm.
it is used only as an entrance.
Yes.
You cannot go
Mm.
out through the UN right now because
Really?
it is being renovated.
Well,
But
that.
after a few months, it should be done.
Mm.
We 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 would like to have a very good facade, nice looking
I
facade.
see.
Mm.
This is like something like a medical, like medical tourism.
Well, it's
Mm.
part of that. If you have a very nice facilities, patients like to go to your hospital.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Would
think
that-
I think this medical tourism was what saved Thailand.
Thailand.
Thailand during the Asian crisis
Yeah.
a long time ago. I think they were among the first. They pioneered in this medical tourism, making hospitals look more or serve more than just
More
hospital or
pleasant than
healthcare.
that,
To
yeah.
make it like look like a, like what you call attracting more affluent patients by
So would that cost more? I was asking
Well, I hope
since
not, because cost is always
I guess
is something that also affects the patient's decision to come to the hospital. We always try to make the hospital attractive or competitive with other hospitals. So
But
I
we'll find
guess
a
you
way
would
to make the cost
you
not
would
to
have you would have
be a
special
factor.
you would have special rates for a particular for particular services, di ba?
Yes, yes.
Like yeah.
As you know, uh, I always believe that Manila doctors should be, a venue for patients, regardless of their socioeconomic level. So for
uh,
those who can afford, that's okay. So we are always creating what we call packages,
uh-huh.
special rates,
Yeah.
so that other people, other patients who are not well off can still avail of our services.
Yes.
Do you subsidize costs? Like if there's a poor,
For indigents.
impoverished, indigents
Oh, that's
for
another thing.
indigents.
We also have our own social service patients,
Mm.
wherein these are patients who cannot really afford.
Okay.
And
That's
since
good.
we need them for our training programs, we provide the doctors provide free services. The accommodation are provided by donors and sometimes government funding.
Sure.
We have a CSR office. We call it the
Corporate social.
CSIO office, wherein we provide the means for these indigent patients to be able to pay for the services in the hospital.
I see.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
I guess there should be a limit on the indigents that can avail of their service.
Well, again, a hospital is
It's still a
also
business.
would have to strategize also their
Ah.
I don't know their operations because they cannot just live on they cannot
True.
just live on on socialization
Mm.
on socialized. They have to. That's what I'm trying to say. That I think this hotelization or this kind of strategy should also be, I think, designed for attracting the more affluent patients.
And you're talking about Thailand. That's a good
Yes.
example, right?
Good example. That was actually one of the saviors of the Thai economy when it was being threatened, when the economy was threatened during the Asian crisis.
Uh,
Yeah, and then that also led to all the other countries in Asia to adopt this kind of strategy, this so-called medical tourism. I guess this is what's happening now.
Doctor, how did it come about this idea about hotelization of the medical doctor's hospital?
Well, it is always our part to attract patients. As you mentioned, the more affluent. But
Mm,
not only the more affluent, even indigent patients, of course, they will appreciate a nice-looking
Yeah,
that's
of course.
true,
hospital
yes.
for their confinement. I'm sure of that.
Of course, yeah.
So we always, do things or make it make mechanisms wherein we
Mm,
can provide services for our affluent Filipinos and those who cannot afford.
Yeah.
I see. And you're having an improvement in the operating room complex. Can you tell us
Yes,
about that, doctor?
we just renovated our operating room, although we have just started actually,
Mm,
and now we have from 10 operating rooms, we now have 14 and
14.
14.
Oh,
14, 1, 4.
mm,
Yeah.
And of course, we always upgrade also our facilities so we can do more laparoscopic procedures, and we are looking forward to maybe have a robotic machine for our
oh,
operations. This is something in the future,
When you say
robots.
the future, like, you say like long term,
near future.
near future, like 5 years, in 5 years time. Near, okay.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
we always like to be upgraded, but
Yes.
the thing there is always return of investment.
Of
So
course.
we have to find a way how to solve that issues in order to provide everything that our patients will probably need.
Oh.
And we are always up to date with the current treatment so that we will always be competitive with other hospitals.
Doctor, I'm just curious. In the hospital industry now, what are some of the desirable? What are some of the innovations out there that the Manila Doctors Hospital would,
Mm,
in an ideal situation, would be able to secure for itself?
Well, Manila doctors now, for example, for cancer patients, we have CT scans, we have MRI, now we have PET scan, PET CT scan available,
mm,
which we just obtained recently, a few months back. So we are able to take care of cancer patients, and we are also able to take care of patients with heart diseases. I'm proud to say that, if you have a heart
mm,
attack, everything is there in Manila doctors from
mm.
the diagnostic tests, whether you need angioplasty, a stent, or open heart surgery. We can take care of our patients
Yes.
All the
in Manila
works.
doctors.
Very good.
So, doctor, before we continue, we're having our commercial break.
Our first commercial break.
Please stay with us.
Thank you.
This break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingmi Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lozada and Montelibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Ready for the hot takes of today's biggest issues? Hot Patatas with Vernon Velasco and Carl Magadia delivers the news that matters every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Tune in live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok, where the real talk happens.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister, today the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as Utol, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing, with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion, as if it was rendered by your own sibling. Now, who would you prefer to drive you home? Utol, the ride-hailing app to consider.
So we're back here in Straight Talk. So, Dr. Ross, how do you think the new services at Manila Doctors Hospital reflect your commitment to comprehensive and patient-centered care? Well, it would be nice for him to talk about the robotics. I was kind of interested in that.
Interesting, yeah. Robotics and what else?
the-
AI.
You have an experience in Makati Med. Do they use robots there?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be treated by a machine.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's not-
another
it's not-
question.
It's not robot. When you say robotics, it's not the machinery. It's the, they're the
It's not the
precision
robots
instruments, surgical-
doing the
for
surgery.
I don't think so.
That would be frightening.
See, like precision instruments, precision devices.
Robotics.
Yeah, that's robotics.
Mm.
Like the way they, it's a lot there. Especially for hearts, for
No,
the
doctor.
for heart surgery.
There, you mentioned something about robotics. How does technology play into your the Manila Doctors Hospital advancement?
Oh, we don't really have a robot right now. What we have is laparoscopic surgery.
What is
MIS, minimally invasive surgery.
What is lapara? Can you explain for the
Yeah.
less?
Okay. When you say minimally invasive surgery, it means it can either be a laparoscopic.
What is laparoscopic, sir?
That means you have a scope, you make small incisions,
Yeah.
you put the scope inside,
Yeah.
and you perform
Correct.
surgery inside using instruments.
Yes.
That's
yes,
one
yeah.
way of doing.
Yeah.
Now
you
the
can do that now.
robotics, this is a special kind of a robot wherein they also make small incisions, then you put the arms inside and you play like
Small
like
arms.
when you're playing with
I
big
suppose.
gadgets
Yes.
and you move
Video
the,
games.
the
If you're
instrument.
playing video games.
So in effect, these are just big toys, expensive toys for the surgeons.
Yeah.
It has been studied very well, and it has its advantages and disadvantages.
What are the
Advantage is because you have very minimal manipulation inside.
Yes.
The impact on the patient is very minimal. So there is very early return to normal function,
Normal function.
and the pain is much less.
Mhm.
And so you have heard of probably laparoscopic, say, cholecystectomy, where you do it today and tomorrow you go home. That's really possible.
Yeah.
The disadvantage is, of course, the cost.
Yeah. Of course, always the cost.
Especially with the robotics. Yeah. But in terms of, so these are some of the things that are part of the upgrades, improvements, and surgical care that sometimes patients now really look for it, like laparoscopic cholecystectomy.
Yeah.
They will come to you, to the surgeon, and ask, I would like to have laparoscopic cholecystectomy, knowing that they have disease of the gallbladder.
Okay. Yeah.
You can do that.
What about for the heart?
gallbladder.
The heart for heart
Come again?
surgery. For heart surgery.
Can you do that too?
There's so many,
Yes, we
just
also
lately
do
there's
open heart surgery.
so many people are just young people falling.
Mm.
They just fall. I mean,
Yes,
God, I mean,
sudden death. That's because maybe
two,
of
two,
arrhythmia
yeah,
or
sudden death,
massive
two for me.
blockade of the blood vessels. So they have a massive heart attack and they
Yeah.
just die.
What is that? I mean, I'm a little bit concerned because two members of my family
Mm.
of late in a span of months. I mean,
The
Well,
same
you see,
way.
seemingly
there's
healthy, seemingly healthy.
yes,
One of them, stay, one of them was practically in a
Mm.
practically lives in the golf course. I mean, really fit, and then boom,
Sudden,
he just
sudden
falls.
young,
death.
young
And then
patient.
another one, very active,
Mm.
not barely 60, traveling
Yes.
all over, and then dies in a foreign country after dinner.
Yeah,
I mean,
that really happens.
what is this all about?
Either either you have fatal arrhythmia, they say the heart, just have a fatal arrhythmia,
You
ventricular
just stop.
tachycardia. That means the heart is moving too fast. There
Yeah.
is no
Oh.
efficient outflow anymore.
Mm.
Hmm.
Or you have a massive blockade of your blood vessels in the heart. So you have a
Can that
massive
just
heart attack.
happen all of a sudden, doctor? Or,
This can happen, yes.
but is it
Now,
like
in what I told you earlier is that you have patients who have heart attack. We can take care of them here in Manila, doctors. And
Mm.
recently, we have a study of our patients who have undergone CABG, open heart surgery uh, for revascularization of the heart,
Mm.
and our results are very good. Our morbidity and mortality is very low, below
Very low.
standard rate, less than
terrific?
1%.
Oh,
Yeah,
this a
which is
nice
very
thing to
good.
stress, no? To
Now
understand.
there are some families with a strong history of heart attacks, and so usually genetic has a very important role in
Mm.
I guess lifestyle
developing
also.
heart attacks.
Also
Lifestyle,
lifestyle.
of course. So going back to hotelization, doctor, how does
Yes.
Manila Doctors Hospital balance luxury with quality health care to ensure medical care is not compromised?
It's not really
Luxury.
quality health care is really
Yes.
dependent on the personnel who are providing the care. So that means the doctors, the
Mm.
nurses. Now, hotelization is just the environment. You're
The
making the
environment.
environment
Oh, okay.
look like a hotel, and you provide, say, concierge or more porters to
Mm.
make their stay in the hospital
Or pleasant.
very
Less
convenient.
stressing.
So they will, when the experience in the hospital is good, then we have patients who will, come back
Mm.
for their health needs. And that is exactly what we want to do to our patients, provide them excellent
Hospitalization.
care, and then they have excellent experience in the hospital.
Mm.
And so when they get sick again in the future, they always take a Manila Doctors Hospital. That's actually our vision
Mm.
mission.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Is this something exclusive? Is this the first time that such an idea has been done in a hospital like
In Manila
in Manila?
or in the country.
The idea is not
It's not new.
original with Manila Doctors. There are many hospitals in the past who are trying to do that also.
I see. But
It's just making the environment inside the hospital look less hospitalish.
Yes.
Because there are
less
certain
less stressing.
yeah, or like more to reduce the stress
Yeah.
of being in a hospital.
Like,
Just being in a hospital can give you stress.
mm,
I mean, so to
Yeah.
make it more pleasant, the environment is more pleasant. I guess
Mm.
that's what you mean by this hospitalization. With this hotelization.
hospitalization. Right.
One
And
one of
remember,
the aspects. Anyway, no.
and if I may add, remember, not all our patients are sick. There are some
What do you
patients who
mean?
come to us, let's say for screening,
Ah,
or
okay.
just to, they don't like to be considered as sick. Like the women who are, who come to us for, let's say they want to get pregnant, or they want to, because of their symptoms, they are menopausal, you know, these are physiologic changes. So
Physiologic.
strictly speaking, they are not really sick,
Yeah.
but they want some mitigating, or they want their symptoms to be mitigated so that they feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, that's true.
So hotelization, making the environment, is good for them. Actually, these patients are almost demanding that the environment will look like,
Yeah.
very conducive to go back to the environment where they have their health needs answered.
Do you offer cosmetic surgery, doctor?
Come again?
Do you offer cosmetic surgery?
Yes, cosmetic surgery that are, or rather plastic surgery. Yes,
Plastic
we
surgery.
also do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Is plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery the same, or is there a difference?
They're close. They like to call it aesthetic
Aesthetic.
surgery,
Aesthetic.
Cosmetic,
because cosmetic surgery connotes something that you see on.
Improve
They're
your
not
aesthetic.
evidence based.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Not evidence based.
Not evidence based. But you're actually improving the aesthetics of the.
Yeah, not evidence. I like that.
I think in the case of Thailand, that was how that medical
Yeah,
tourism.
right.
Yeah, they offer a lot of that,
A lot
especially
of
gender change.
aesthetics
Gender changes.
surgery.
Yeah,
Manila
Do you do
Doctors has
that?
an aesthetic center. We have an aesthetic center. We have plastic surgeons there. If you want to have, something done on your face to look better, yes, we have those procedures there.
we'll visit you one of these days. We'll drop by. Yeah,
Gender changes. Do you do?
that's in Thailand. I think you have to go to Thailand for that.
That is something that is not yet, in the
within
Philippines.
within the scope of
Wala
the
pa.
local
But
hospital.
I know in other countries they do that.
Thailand. I think.
Because mainly because I think there are legal
Implications.
legal
There?
uh,
Yeah, really? Oh.
we don't have what you call this, the legal, it doesn't allow us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir,
In other countries they do allow that.
So
Doctor,
there's a legal
we would like to
implication.
find out how's the hospital industry doing? I mean,
Yeah. That
what
will
are
be a
the
nice
is
question.
are you operating? Are hospitals operating well? I mean, are they performing lucratively?
You mean in terms financially?
Yes.
That's yeah.
Yes.
Financially.
Manila Doctors is doing well.
Okay. But but the industry itself, would you have an idea?
I think within the industry we are in the top 10.
You're in the top 10. Okay. Yes. How many hospitals are there who can be? How many hospitals? I mean,
That can be
most of the big hospitals are found here in Manila, no?
Yes.
None in
The big ones are here in Manila.
none in the other regional centers, none in the other regions.
in percentages, how many hospitals can be considered as profitable, turning in profits?
I'm sorry, I am. But I think everybody's making good.
You think so?
After
Really,
the pandemic.
Yeah, after the pandemic. The pandemic hit everybody. The
It's
doctors, the hospitals. But I think hospitals were also making good in a way. Although not as much as they would like to. But that has changed, and of course our figures, we have always looked at our 2019 figures pre-pandemic in terms of census, but many things has changed after the pandemic. A lot of people now don't go to the hospital. They still persisted with online consultations.
Oh, you
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But now it is just starting to go back to
Recover.
our
Physical.
the usual practice.
Yeah, okay. How did you fare during the pandemic?
Come again?
How did you fare? How was,
Ah.
how did you, what was your
At
performance?
least not negatively.
Really?
not negative.
Okay.
Mm.
That's
What kept you afloat?
because the pandemic was something that we were not prepared.
That's true.
I mean, nobody was prepared
Nobody
for
was
the
prepared.
pandemic.
Yeah. Okay.
We are an old Manila Doctors is an old hospital. It's very difficult
Mm.
to manage COVID patients because it requires that you have to separate
Yeah.
your hospital into the COVID and non-COVID, and you can
Mm.
just imagine the requirements for
Yeah.
that. Very
That's
difficult
true. Yes.
financially. I think a lot of we should be thankful for the support of government
Mm-hmm.
because they also supported the private hospitals.
How did they support?
The COVID testing was something that was, helping the hospitals. We maintain our financial status,
Yeah.
being on the block because of that. So that
Mm.
means fewer patients were coming because these are the patients who are really very bad. They are intubated, they need ventilators, they need ICUs. Very difficult at that time.
So, doctor, before we go into the final phase of our interview,
Another commercial break.
we're having another commercial break. Stay with us, please.
Thank you.
And this break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingby Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lozada and Montelibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Ready for the hot takes on today's biggest issues? Hot Patatas with Vernon Velasco and Carl Magadia delivers the news that matters every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Tune in live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok, where the real talk happens.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister. Today, the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as UTOL, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing, with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion, as if it was rendered by your own sibling. Now, who would you prefer to drive you home? Uto, the ride-hailing app to consider.
Hi, we're back with Straight Talk. So, Dr. Ross, a question we are wanting to ask is, PhilHealth taking care of the Manila Doctors Hospital well? Are there arrears to your collections? Hello, doctor.
Arrears?
Yeah, from PhilHealth. Now,
Well, that's a good question. But PhilHealth has been paying us.
okay.
Usually the arrears are usually those that are during the pandemic.
Until now? That's a
There
long
are
time.
some amounts. The problem with the accounts during those time was that, they have PhilHealth makes issuances, and when if you're running a hospital,
Yes.
you just comply with what they ask you to do, and then all of a sudden there's a change of the requirements, and so when you submit your documents, they return it to you because you're lacking in documents. But those requirements were requested after you have already provided the service. So it is not
Understandable.
easy to comply with the requirements.
Mhm.
That's why it's been, it's these are the things that are making it difficult. But PhilHealth, to be fair, PhilHealth has been trying its best to be up to date with their payments. Like one of their programs this year has been they have an electronic uh, connection with
Connection.
us, wherein we are able to
Digital.
see
Digital.
our our submissions, whether we are lacking. I mean, our submissions to them, we see whether they have gone over it, whether they have paid. So it helps really in the reconciliation of our submissions to them. Because most of the time in the past, we don't really get to know what's happening. You're given 60 days to submit your papers, and then you don't know how things are going in terms of the reconciliation until later on they'll just return to you and say these things, and then you have to
Yeah,
go back again to your
to
records.
do it all over again.
Is it less chaotic
Yes,
now?
it's not easy,
It's just
but
less
those are in the
chaotic.
past now. Those are in the past,
Ah, okay.
especially during the COVID. But
So
now,
it's
I
better
think
now.
they're pretty up to date.
So things have really reverted back to normal after
Yes, I think we are,
COVID
and I think
situation.
there are more because of the public clamor. I think for this year they are more aggressive in helping out, conducting reconciliation talks with us, meetings, so that we can reconcile our records.
But this only
And
happened
we
during the
appreciate
Marcos.
that.
This only happened after the Duterte uh,
Period.
regime, no?
Regime.
Duterte administration. Marcos administration only nag-improve.
But the administration now, I think, is more aggressive
Ah,
in helping or connecting with the private hospitals and all the hospitals. I mean,
Not like the chaos during the Duterte administration.
yes.
Chaotic.
Well, during
Understatement.
those times, very difficult times.
Yes.
yeah, well, there's the extra, the time was then very extraordinary.
I thought you were going to say extrajudicial.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that everything, that the country really needs to
Yeah.
get forward because we're really lagging. We're lagging behind our
That's true.
neighbors in ASEAN. So,
But we
the
have a
bright
new
yeah.
president of PhilHealth.
That's
So,
I know.
true.
Is that?
and he
Do you
comes
know him?
from
Do you think?
Do you know him?
yeah, I know him personally.
Ah,
He
Is he good? I
Dr.
mean,
Mercado, they come from a family of, they have a family hospital in Batangas.
okay.
So he knows the business. So hopefully he will be, helping the hospitals provide,
So
No,
you're very optimistic about PhilHealth
yes, I'm optimistic
under
about
his
him.
under his leadership.
Yes.
That's good. It's a good choice, huh? It's a
Yeah.
good choice for the
Dr.
president.
Mercado.
Yeah, I
The
think he's a good
president made a
choice.
good choice. It's
No
great.
more politics.
Great to hear. Great to hear. Okay,
So, Dr. Ross, can we have your parting words? Yeah,
Yes.
final words.
Well, my final word is always, we thank you for having us talk about Manila Doctors, our efforts to improve our services. The hotelization is actually part of that effort to make our hospital competitive with the rest of the hospitals here in Metro Manila. We would like to be well known as the hospital to go to when you get sick, because aside from the good, excellent medical care that you will have, our nurses, our other staff will make your stay very an excellent patient experience for you, so that next time you get sick, you will always come back to Manila Doctors.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, great.
Thank you so much for your time, Doctor. For
It is
explaining
a
to us
pleasure.
We really
the
had a
current
good,
situation in Manila Doctors.
really had a good
Thank you very
perspective
much.
of
Yes,
hospitals.
when you get sick, you can come to us.
Hopefully not.
We will visit you whether we're sick or not.
Yeah,
We'll
Yes.
see for
maybe
ourselves
for
what's happening in Manila Doctors.
a health check. Mm. So
Thank
there you
you.
go with our guest, Dr. Alberto Rojas. He's the medical director of
Of Manila
Manila
Doctors
Doctors
Hospital,
Hospital.
which has been there since
Mhm. 57.
1950s. Okay.
So to our viewers, thank you for tuning in today. We hope you've gained a deeper understanding of the innovative changes happening in our healthcare system.
And don't forget to like, share, and follow us on Daily Tribune's Facebook and Tribune Now on YouTube and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok for more discussions on important topics.
So don't forget to catch Vernon Velasco and Carl Magadia live later at 3 p.m. on Hot Patatas. And Usapang OFW tomorrow with Chingby Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Aying. We'll see you again next Wednesday for another episode of Straight Talk. Stay safe and take care, mga katribo.
Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for tuning in.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Joe Saldariaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumers. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katanungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.